It was a huge recruiting weekend for the West Virginia Mountaineers football program, and so far, they have received two more verbal commitments from players from this past weekend. One, very, very highly recruited defensive lineman out of Florida, Romando Johnson. The other, in my opinion, a very underrated defensive back, Elgin Sessions. We're going to break down both of these young men, and we're going to do that right after this word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by Dutch Miller Automotive, where friends and family pricing means you get the best deal right up front on any new or pre-loved vehicle in stock every time. With brands like Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia, Hyundai, Ford, GMC, Buick, and Subaru, the Dutch Miller Automotive family is always growing and ready to put you in the car or truck you've been searching for. Check out our inventory across West Virginia at DutchMillerAuto.com or come in today to the home of friends and family pricing, only at a Dutch Miller Automotive store near you. What is up? Welcome in. Come on in and make yourself comfortable. Belly yourself up to the bar and let me pour you out this shot of top shelf college football content. On tap today at Couz's Corner, we are going to break down the games and the recruitment and the commitment of Elgin Sessions, a defensive back, and Romando Johnson, a defensive edge rusher, who have both verbally committed to the West Virginia Mountaineers since this last weekend's visit to Coach Brown and staff. Now, we all know they received some verbal commitments off of last weekend's visits. They've done the same here. This staff is knocking it out of the park, in my opinion, so far. Not that they're getting a bunch of 4- and 5-star guys, but they're getting guys who fit the program, who fit the positions of need, and who fit into the program. And I think they did it again with these two guys. The first one we're going to talk about is Romando Sessions. Now, Romando Sessions is the most highly recruited player of the two that we're going to talk about today. He's an edge rusher out of Florida, highly recruited by a lot of major programs across the country. And when you look at his breakdown, first off, I'm going to share an article with you from a channel partner in WV Sports Now. Got to give a shout out to Mike Ossie and the guys over at WV Sports Now for partnering with me on the channel. You can get a 40% off discount on a Holler membership over there by typing in promo code Couz at checkout. It's COUZ at checkout to get a 40% discount on a 1-year membership at the Holler, which is their behind the scenes content. But let's look at the write-up they had on Romando Johnson. WVU football adds commitment from 2025 3-star Florida edge. After closing the weekend with one commitment, the WVU football staff opens new week with another one. Edge rusher Romando Johnson announced his commitment to West Virginia on Instagram on Monday morning. He would then also respond to posts about the news on X. Johnson's commitment comes after he spent the weekend in Morgantown for his official visit. The 6'4", 240-pound Johnson is consensus 3-star prospect out of Monarch High School in West Palm Beach, Florida. On3 Sports ranks Johnson as their number 68 player in Florida, while Rivals has him as high as their number 27 edge in the country. Johnson picked WVU over 30 other offers from major programs like Florida, Louisville, Miami, Florida, Penn State, Syracuse, Tennessee, USF, and Wisconsin. Now, I'm going to share with you a more extensive list of his commitments in just a moment. But it goes on to say Johnson received an offer from West Virginia on January the 23rd. Now, I read you a list of some of his offers. Now, I'm going to give you a more extensive list here by sharing the article that was done by Skylar Callahan over at Mountaineers Now, which is part of the SI family. Monday morning, the West Virginia Mountaineers added another piece to the 2025 class with the commitment of edge rusher Romando Johnson, 6'3", 250, out of Pompano Beach, Florida. Johnson chose the Mountaineer over offers from, and here's an extensive list: Akron, Boston College, Cincinnati, Coastal Carolina, Connecticut, East Carolina, Florida, Florida Atlantic, Florida International, Liberty, Louisville, Miami, Mississippi State, Penn State, Pitt, Purdue, Rutgers, Syracuse, Tennessee, Texas A&M, USF, Wake Forest, Western Kentucky, Western Michigan, and Wisconsin. I counted 15 Power 5 schools on that list, folks, that West Virginia was able to pluck this kid from, or able to earn his commitment from, or over, I should say. And it goes on to say last season, Johnson tallied 28 tackles, 6 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. Now, that is from Skylar Callahan over at SI.com, or I'm sorry, SI.com Mountaineers now. So very, very, very extensive list of Power 5 schools, including a lot of SEC schools that wanted this young man's services. But he chose West Virginia. Now, I watched this young man's film, and here's what stood out to me. He's very explosive off the ball. Comes off the ball, very, very explosive. He has a good bend for someone at the high school level, in my opinion. Comes off with good leverage. He doesn't show a whole lot of pass rushing moves just yet because, let's be honest, he hasn't had to. He's so explosive and so much more athletic than the offensive linemen that are blocking him, the offensive tackles, that he doesn't need to. He just blows by them or rushes by them, and he's able to do that with very, very little technique so far. So he will need to develop a swim move or a rip move or something, but he will do that. I have no doubt he can do that. He still has one more year to play in high school. He has his senior season coming up, so he'll be able to develop some more extensive pass rushing moves. But I love his motor. I love his ability to come off the ball with great explosiveness, with great leverage, and his ability to run down ball carriers, whether it be the quarterback, the running back, whatever. He played some fullback on offense. That's not what he's being recruited as, but he did show his ability to block and his physicality as well while playing on the offensive side of the ball. And I love that about this young man. He's very physical, again, very explosive, very quick feet. So I really like this young man. Now, the other player we're going to talk about today, but I do recommend, by the way, before I get off of Romando Johnson, I recommend you go check out his Huddle highlight tape. I think you'll agree with me. But all you have to do is look at the list of schools that are recruiting this young man, and you can see there the type of player he is. He's a very, very highly rated 3-star recruit, a consensus 3-star recruit. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about is defensive back Elgin Sessions. Now, Elgin Sessions, a lot of Mountaineer fans may look at Elgin Sessions' recruiting profile and think, man, this is not that big of a get. He didn't have a whole lot of Power 5 schools after him. But I'm here to tell you, I recommend once you get through watching this video, you go watch his highlights, because Elgin Sessions, in my opinion, is the real deal. Now, what I'm going to do is first read you the breakdown, again, that Skylar Callahan did. I'll share it with you here on the screen. But he did an actual breakdown of Elgin Sessions' game. And here's what Skylar had to say. On Sunday, West Virginia secured another commitment in the 2025 recruiting class, this time from safety Elgin Sessions out of Irmo, South Carolina. Sessions picked WVU over Appalachian State, Charlotte, Cincinnati, Coastal Carolina, Duke, East Carolina, Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech, Liberty, Marshall, Miami of Ohio, Old Dominion, and Stanford. So basically what I see, 3, maybe 4 Power 5 schools on that list. So again, many of you may say it's not impressive, but I beg to differ. And I'll talk about why in a minute. But here is Skylar's evaluation, and I'll tell you where I agree and where I may even add on to this. But he says, Sessions is committed as a safety, but I'm not so sure he's locked in at that position when he reaches WVU. He's played a ton of corner and probably more so than safety so far during his time at Dutch Fork High School. In press man coverage, Sessions does a good job of running stride for stride with the receiver, not allowing much separation. He plays the game at 100 miles per hour with zero hesitation. That, plus his versatility, is what leads me to believe he'll have a chance to play pretty early on in his career. Of the few clips shown at safety, he displays good instincts by making consistent jumps on pass plays, piercing his way into the passing window. Very few defensive backs are willing to come downhill and be a contributor in shutting down the run game. Not Sessions. This young man plays with physicality and can deliver big hits in the open field. A really complete player the Mountaineers are getting here. So I basically agree wholeheartedly with this assessment done by Skylar Callahan. The young man runs stride for stride with receivers. He's really his good hips. He can turn his hips quickly, which enables him to run stride for stride with those receivers. He's in my opinion, he has very good instincts at reading run versus pass. So he's very quick to react. And like Skylar said, when it is a run play, he can come up and make a really, really big hit. He's very physical, not afraid to lay a hit on a guy. He has good ball skills. He has the ability to go get the football, to make plays on the football, which I like. But I really, really, what I like the most is what I said and what Skylar said earlier, and his ability to run stride for stride with receivers. That's something that West Virginia, in past seasons, the last few seasons, we've had some guys. Let's just be honest. There have been some guys back there that haven't been able to do that. I think they're getting a player here who can. He'll need to add some weight, but I have no doubt he'll be able to do that once he gets in Mike Joseph's weight program in the West Virginia nutrition program. He'll be able to put on some weight. He'll be able to play at the Power 5 level, in my opinion. And again, his offer list doesn't look overly impressive. And 24/7 did not even have this young man rated yet, but Rivals did have him as a 3-star, and I assume 24/7 will also rate him as a 3-star now that he is committed to West Virginia. And on that note, kind of a side nugget here, we've a lot of us have, myself included, have given 24/7 a hard time for dropping guys in the recruiting rankings if they commit to a Power 5 school that's not a blue blood. For example, the running back Desnor that we got the other day, he was a 4-star to 24/7. He committed to West Virginia. They bumped him down to a 3. They have also bumped guys up when they've committed to West Virginia. This is an example that they're probably going to do that. You'll probably see Sessions get a 3-star rating versus not being rated at all now that he's committed to West Virginia. So I think we need to give him credit for that where it's due. But again, some of the other services already had him as a 3-star, is at least when I checked, that's where they had him. You let me know if they just did that recently since his commitment. But that being said, I think this young man, when you go watch his film, you'll see he's a good player. I think he will have the ability to play at the Power 5 level. Will he be able to come in and do it year one? I'm not convinced of that just yet, but I do like what the Mountaineers got in this young man. I like his ability to play that. The fact that he has played press man coverage, has experience doing that, and is able to play straight up press man coverage on guys versus having to cheat. He doesn't have to cheat because he has the athleticism to play them straight up. I like it. With that being said, I want to hear your thoughts on these guys. Do you think these are both good pickups for the Mountaineer program? Give me your thoughts on each one, good or bad, in the comment section. Also, I want to give a shout out right now to my channel members of the day, my VIP channel members of the day, Vernon Sheldon Witter, PW Riggs, Sasquatch 304, and Browns and Beers. All of these folks have been with me from day one, have been subscribers to the channel from day one. I really appreciate their support. If you want to become a paid VIP member just like them, hit the join button below or go to my channel homepage, click join right beside my profile photo. It'll show you what 2 levels I offer, the perks that go with them. Bada bing, bada boom, you can become a member right there. Also, check out my merch store. I offer t-shirts, hoodies, ball caps, coffee mugs, a lot of cool things over there with different designs. And if you become a club level member, you can get merch discounts through a special link, which I'm going to post in my community tab here, probably later on today or tomorrow. Also, go check out Couz'sCorner.com. You'll find more Mountaineer sports coverage of football, basketball, baseball from myself and other writers over there at the site. So again, go to Couz'sCorner.com. It's very free. Go check it out. You can get on my email list to get articles emailed to you or updates emailed to you every morning. And also, easy, quick way to support my YouTube channel here. Thumbs up button, which is a like. Subscribe to the channel, which is free. Share it with your family and friends. And drop that comment below. Let me know what you think about these 2 commitments to the Mountaineer program. I appreciate you tuning into this episode. Have a top shelf day. Q Country Roads.